Good evening, everybody. Please be seated. Thank you to everyone for attending this meeting. My name is Councillor Gordon France, and I am the Mayor. Not for much longer. Members of the public are welcome to observe the proceedings on YouTube. Due to regulations, only those members physically present are able to vote. When you are participating, please speak towards the microphone so everyone can hear you. Please do not obstruct your mouth to ensure that anyone lip reading can do so. If anyone is having issues, please let Democratic Services know. Some housekeeping. We are not expecting a fire drill, so if the alarm sounds, please exit the way you came in. Please ensure that all mobile phones are switched to silent. If the technology fails, I will adjourn the meeting to try and resolve the issue. Please join me in welcoming Howard Norris, our Interim Monitoring Officer, to her first council meeting. Apologies. We've got apologies from Deborah Platt, Pauline McGovern, and Craig Southern. I think Pauline McGovern is attending on Teams. Yeah. Declarations of interest. Members are reminded of their responsibility to declare any pecuniary interest in respect of matters contained in this agenda. Are there any declarations of interest? Minutes. This item is for decision. Are there any issues to raise on the accuracy of the minutes? Councillor Bradley, can you please present the minutes?
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Can I propose that the minutes of the meeting held on the 15th of April 2025 are taken as a true and correct record? Thank you, Mr Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Bradley. Councillor Wilson.
Seconded, Mr Mayor.
Councillor Wilson. This item's for the vote, so all those for? Against? Any abstentions? Mayoral announcements. Following our recent by-election, I would like to welcome our new elected councillor, Martin Top, to his first meeting of the council. Welcome, Martin. Would you like to say a few words?
I must say it's an honour to join you here. The citizens of Chorley have voted me in. I'm impressed with what I've seen, and I'm looking forward to working with everyone, basically. Thank you.
Thank you, Martin. Public questions. No public questions have been received. Returning officers report, pages 329 to 330. This item's for noting. Chris, would you like to present your report?
The report is set out on agenda page 329 and onwards, and reports that the result of the election is that Councillor Top has been elected for the ward of Chorley East.
Councillor Bradley, would you like to present the report?
I can't really add much to that, Mr Mayor, but I'm happy to present the report for the council to note and record. Thank you.
Councillor Wilson, would you
Yeah,
like to second?
seconded, Mr Mayor.
Please can we note the report? Election of the Mayor for the council year 2025-26. This item is for decision. Councillor Law, would you like to speak on this item?
Thank you, Mr Mayor, and very happy to speak on this item. Delighted, Mr Mayor, to propose Councillor Alistair Morwood to be Mayor for the forthcoming year 25-26. I also use this opportunity to welcome Jane, his wife, as the incoming Mayoress, and their family to tonight's meeting. So what can we say about Alistair? I'll give you the caveat that this speech has been drafted, redrafted, gone through the security checks, so I cannot be responsible for the factual content of the speech I'm just going to give. Alistair was born in 1950 in Partick, Glasgow. He moved to Burnley in around 1969. Whilst there, he attended Townley Technical High School, and he was a member of the Boys Brigade and the Burnley Lads Club. He reliably tells me that he's run one and only marathon, and he's also took up 10-pin bowling, which he continued playing for the next 40 years. After leaving school, he worked at Michelin Tyre Company before moving to Hull to work at the Imperial Typewriting Company. He trained as a teacher, qualifying in 1977. He taught at Southlands High School from 1978 to 1994, and if I look at the dates on that, he must have been at Southlands a year before I left in 1979. Pure coincidence, Mr Mayor. He specialised in learning support and became the head of the special needs department. From 1994 to 2010, he worked at Myerscough College as the head of learning support, and he developed entry-level programmes in agriculture, horticulture and animal care. He developed outreach-linked programmes with schools across the region, including locally Astley Park School and Mayfield schools here in Chorley. He retired in 2010. Going on to his political career, he was first approached to stand for election, and after being fully briefed as to what is involved as being a councillor, he still put his name forward, and he was successful as one of the former Chorley North East Ward councillors back in 2014. With reorganisation, he became one of the councillors for the new Chorley North and Astley Ward back in 2021, and alongside Councillor Sherwood, it's an honour to work with Alistair as a ward colleague. Moving off from the political front, and apparently I've been told he shares a passion for ballroom dancing with the leader of the council, and no doubt this will be on display at a number of functions throughout the year, including, I've been reliably informed, starting this Friday. Finally, Mr Mayor, a little known fact is that when, hopefully, council bestows the title of Mayor, it would add to his existing title that, and this is a little known fact, that he is a laird of Dunans Castle in Argyll and Bute. I think it's 1 square metre that he owns in Scotland. But after saying that, Mr Mayor, I'm happily will move Councillor Alistair Morwood to be the Mayor for the forthcoming year, and I'm sure that both himself and Jane will do this borough proud. I formally propose.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Of course, I will second that proposal. I'd like to say a little bit more. Alistair Morwood, Councillor Morwood, Laird of Dunham's Castle, and about to become the Mayor of Chorley. I admit to gleaning some information about Alistair, but I won't divulge the source. A passionate Glasgow Ranger fan who loves returning to Scotland whenever he can. He plays the guitar, ballroom dances, and enjoys a good John Wayne Western. Alistair enjoys jazz and folk music. A man who whistles while he walks and is full of facts, both interesting and uninteresting. He has a sweet tooth, and being a Scot, he enjoys the odd glass of malt whisky. And as we celebrate him becoming the Mayor this evening, I thought I would Google what makes a good toast, and apparently it all depends on what bread you use. On a serious note, as a ward colleague, I couldn't be more proud this evening, and I couldn't be more delighted for you in becoming Chorley's new Mayor. Furthermore, the town gets an added bonus of his lovely wife Jane becoming the Mayoress. Thank you, Mr Mayor.
Bradley.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. And on behalf of our group, of course, we're delighted to see Alistair assuming the mantle of the first citizen of Chorley. He richly deserves it. As you've heard from his ward colleagues, he comes as part of a threesome. They are a triumvirate, and if you ever go out knocking on doors with them, they have their own in-jokes and their own local commentaries that they make on everything. Alistair obviously took over, I think, from Dennis Edgley, the esteemed Dennis Edgley, and I think Dennis, wherever he is now, will be looking down and saying he's done a very good job there, Alistair, of keeping that grouping going and serving the residents of particularly North East Chorley and North Chorley and Astley now as well, really well over those years. So I hope you enjoy your year, obviously standing down from a cabinet role to do this, so giving up the cut and thrust of Jack meetings to spend the evening eating, drinking and dancing. It's not a bad substitution in my view. Can I come with you, Alistair? I'll be +1. We all know that Jane is going to love this year. She's a character in many ways, and we do share a love of dancing. He's better than me because he's more compliant than me. We share similar taste in art, bizarrely. Yes, don't we? And whiskey and all the rest of it. And if there isn't a Burns night in February, I'll be very upset. Or the end of January, I'll be very, very upset. So, but yeah, well done. And on behalf of all the Labour group, I hope you enjoy your mayoral year, the two of you.
Councillor Alan Platt.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have to say, I've obviously not done my research very well. I didn't realise we were in the presence of landed gentry. Landed gentry that happens to live in the blue part of Chorley. Obviously, I can't follow what's just gone. Everything's been said that can be said about Councillor Morwood. But on behalf of my rather depleted group this evening, we, and I'll use yes, I'm group in a plural. We, that's the royal we, would like to congratulate Councillor Morwood on his election as mayor for the coming year. I think, from my point of view, that happily he'll not have to suffer the discomfort of having his hands tied in his planning committee meetings anymore for a year. I think, whilst Gordon and Margaret will be a hard act to follow, we're sure that the mayor and his lady mayoress will carry out the civic duties with equal dignity and enthusiasm. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Platt. Have we any other comments? If not, we'll move to the vote. The recommendation to formally elect Councillor Alistair Morwood as the Mayor of the Borough for 25-26. All those for? Against? Abstentions. It looks like you got job, Alistair.
I will stand up. Just a quick thank you to all of you. I mean, I think, yes, thank you for voting me in as mayor. I'm very proud to be mayor. It's a privilege and an honour, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I will emphasise a laird, not the laird. There's quite a few people who bought a square foot or a square yard. I can't quite remember what it was, but it was a present from my sister. God bless her. And you can blame her. For those of you who are coming on Friday, you can ask her all about it. Factually, you were almost there. Right? Did you say 69? I came to sunny Burnley. It was 59. I'm here 9-year-old. I know it's a long time ago. That's when Burnley had a really good team. I remember it well. Bob Lowood and some of you will remember it. And some of us went to the same school in Townley. But I appreciate everything you've said. I'm very appreciative of everything you've said and done. And I'm really looking forward to supporting you all as the Mayor of Chorley and pushing Chorley as a really great place to be. I'll finally, just be remiss of me, because I know you forgot last year, didn't you?
How could I forget?
Can I formally present my mayoress, my wife Jane? Please stand up. For some of you, some don't know you, but please stand up as my mayoress. And I know she will keep me in check over the year. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alistair. Election of Deputy Mayor for the Council year 25-26. This item's for decision. Councillor Alan Platt, would you like to speak on this item?
Well, sort of. I would probably be in great physical pain if I didn't propose my dear wife for the deputy mayorship next time.
She's not here, Alan.
No, I know, but she might be watching. I mean, the modern technology. I've got one of these implants that they have. She is absolutely honoured to be given the opportunity to be deputy mayor, and hopefully, if we're still around in 2 years' time to be mayor the year after. There was a horrific error in holiday planning with her friend, and at the moment they're sunning themselves in Turkey. When Deborah mentioned to her friend that she was being down to be the mayor the next year, her friend sort of booked straight away and didn't say anything. So, as I said, I'm quite happy to propose my wife on pain of death, and I will have to throw myself on the mercy of the council to see whether anybody is willing to second her.
Thank you very much. There's a brave man about, Councillor Bradley.
Mr Mayor, it is a surprise to me as much as it is probably to Councillor Southern that I am going to do an impression of Councillor Southern this evening and second Councillor Platt for the mayoralty. So here we go, Mr Mayor. Away, can he choice? Heads. And I'll offend somebody, I'm sure, in the next couple of 30 seconds or so. That's my full repertoire of Geordie, but anyway, we'll see where we get to. No, it is a delight to second Councillor Deborah Platt as the Deputy Mayor of Chorley. We've all known Deborah for a long time. We know that she stands up for her residents in Exton and in the Western parishes at times over the many years, and is heavily involved in the parish councils and the Parish Councils Association, etc. I know she's very honoured and excited to be doing this role, and probably even more honoured and excited the year after, should Chorley still be in existence at that point in time. But I'm sure she will do an excellent job of supporting Councillor Morwood in that role. So happy to second that, and that's a very unusual seconding from me, Mr Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Bradley. Any Councillor Alan Platt?
Yeah, I hope you've not offended the Welsh with your impression.
I'm going to skip the next one because it says, can I invite group leaders? Would any members like to make comments? I think group leaders have said their bit, so they don't need to speak again. We'll save you that. Please can we move to the vote? So the recommendation is to formally elect Councillor Deborah Platt as the Deputy Mayor for the Borough for 24-25. Oh, 25-26 should be. That's a typo, sorry. I have spotted it. 25-26. All those for? Against? Abstentions. There will be a short adjournment whilst the mayoral party exchange robes and chains of office. And the one thing I will say on that, Alistair, you're welcome to these things. I'm sweltering in the things.
Alistair Morwood.
I'm just going to wait. Members of the council, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Good evening, sir. Please be seated. This chair weighs a ton. It's not. There you go. Right. Oh. Having sat down, I'm now going to stand up again. I, Alistair Morwood, have been elected to the office of Mayor of the Borough of Chorley. Declare that I take that office upon myself and will duly and faithfully fulfil the duties of it according to the best of my judgment and ability. Sign on the dotted line. I'm left-handed.
Top one.
Oh, good. Well spotted. It's too late now. Right, may I begin by thanking the retiring Mayor, Gordon France, and of course his Mayoress, Margaret, for all his hard work and of last year. I know he's enjoyed 99% of it, and I'm sure he'll tell us a few things about it shortly. But I hope that I will have an equally enjoyable year and enjoy it as much as he's done. So I'm going to invite group leaders and members to make any comments. So, Councillor Bradley.
I'd like to give way, Mr Mayor, to the esteemed ward colleague of the Mayor who knows far more dirt than I do, Mr
Okay,
Mayor.
I think
So,
that's even better then.
Councillor Whiffin, I think, is desperate to say a few words.
Councillor Whiffin.
It's a pleasure to congratulate Gordon at the end of his mayoral year, a role that I know he's enjoyed every single second of. A born and bred Chorley man following 5 generations before him, I know how much representing the borough really has meant to you. And his commitment to his chosen charities will leave a lasting impact across all of our communities in the borough. You should be very proud of yourself. There have been so many highlights from Gordon's time as mayor. So we've got the Carols by Candlelight service, the ladies' afternoon tea, charity swim at Brinscoll Baths, and the Christmas light switch on, to name a few. But for me, the standout was the charity Irish ball. Gordon and Margaret put so much work into it, and as their ward colleague and of course their council daughter, I loved their weekly updates. Every single week I learned a little bit more, and it was great fun, let me tell you. Now, every detail was thought through and it really, really showed. Everyone had the best time dancing to some club anthems like C'est La Vie and Tell Me More, and of course, trying out lots of Irish jigs throughout the night. And of course, who could forget the infamous Buckingham Palace trip, which seemed doomed right from the start. For those of you who don't know, although it sounds like you do, Gordon, Margaret and Kim were invited to the Palace Garden Party. An incredible honour, had they actually made it inside the doors. They were 100 miles from Chorley when Gordon realised he'd forgotten his ID. The civics team had to race out to meet him. Then Kim, possibly hoping to meet Prince Charming, broke her ankle before even getting through the gates. Now, instead of meeting royalty, they met A&E. Thankfully, they've been invited back this year, and I can't wait to hear how you tear up Buckingham Palace this time around. Just don't forget your ID this time, Gordon. Now, as Gordon steps down, Chorley is in safe hands with Alistair Morwood, who I'm sure will bring his own energy and vision to the role. And Margaret, Your diary's finally free again. Yippee! Gordon and Margaret, congratulations on a fantastic year as Mayor and Mayoress, and I can't wait to have you back.
Councillor Bartley.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And how do I follow that? Yes, a mayoral year to be proud of, Gordon, I think. A number of high points. Gordon, as we all know, has his own style. He does things in his own way, and most of those ways drive Margaret mad, and many of the rest of us. But he's done it in his own style. Did you say Charity Ladies Swim? Or was that mixing things up? Was that the charity tea and a charity swim? I don't know. But a charity ladies swim, Gordon, we can do that. You can do that anytime you like, can't you? That's fine. But yeah, we all know that Gordon's enjoyed his year. He's been missing a bit, Mr. Deputy Mayor, as you used to be. I think you covered a few times, because I think Gordon set a new record in the style of Roy Castle for the number of holidays a mayor can take in a year. He certainly kept the holidays clicking over, so a good number of holidays, so he enjoyed his year all around as well. And we all know behind every influential man, there's an influential woman. And again, this year, we will see it again, I'm sure, Mr. Mayor. But yeah, Gordon, I know Margaret has supported you at many, many events. She's fit in all her normal diary with a really congested mayoral diary as well. And I know how hard it is to get hold of you on the phone, so goodness knows how she tracked you around to meet up with the right times, with the right hat, and in the right place. I got an insight into Gordon and Margaret's relationship the other week when we were out knocking on doors in Wealton, I think we were. And we parked up near the dressers, and as we finished knocking on the doors of an evening like this, we said, "Oh, shall we go for a pint to the dressers?" Margaret says, I've got some chores to do. "Do you mind if I go?" Margaret, he said, "Do you mind if I go to the dressers?" He was very polite, he asked the permission, and he was allowed to go. And all the rest of us just stood in awe of the management style of Gordon France, that he was allowed to do exactly what he wanted to do. And he was in the dressers while Margaret went doing the errands for their family. We know you've enjoyed your year, Gordon. You've certainly packed a lot in. That's been great, as Jenny said, for the charities that you've supported, who I'm sure will benefit from your mayoral year. It's been great for us, those of us who've had the privilege and the honour to attend a lot of those functions and to see you in action. And therefore, enjoy the break. I know Margaret's dying for a couple of weeks off for putting the feet up, so make the most of it. But I know you're back on Borough Liaison, you're getting back to all the things that you've missed in that mayoral year, so make sure you enjoy being an ex-mayor as much as you've enjoyed being the mayor. Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Bartley. Councillor Platt.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Well, from the list of mayoral engagements we've been getting, Gordon and the power behind the throne, of course, Margaret, have been very, very busy carrying out a huge number of engagements, and they've been accredited to the borough wherever they've been. Other mayors have mentioned that, and it's absolutely fabulous from Chorley's point of view. Gordon's pride in being mayor has been obvious for all to see, and his enthusiasm and his liking for the job, if that's what I can call it, have shone through throughout his term. Also, both Gordon and Margaret have taken great delight in every opportunity to let me know what's on the horizon for myself and my absent wife. And Gordon's done all this while still representing his Chorley North East constituents. And from what I'm told, and I believe this to be true, that he's carried on with his plan to take everyone in Chorley North East ward back to the Roman times, when everything was dealt with in the bathhouse. Or in Gordon's case, the spa at David Lloyd. On a personal note, I'd like to thank both Gordon and Margaret for the advice they've given me, which, from what I can gather, will involve quite a number of trips to Boundary Mill, or St Catherine's for my evening dresses. But I do look forward to welcoming Gordon back to the Governance Committee later this month. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Are there any other members who would like to make any comments? Councillor Lynch.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I will declare an interest as a member of Duxbury Park Golf Club that we had the honour of seeing the Mayor at the AGM. It is a little known fact that the Mayor of Chorley is the President of Duxbury Park Golf Club. So I do hope that we see you invited this year. While his attendance was very welcome, I am more glad that he turned up to see my team win the quiz, which if you've ever been in a quiz with Alistair knows it doesn't happen very often. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Lee. Any other comments? Councillor Snape.
Yeah, I was just going to say, well done, congratulations, they've done a brilliant job. It's been an interesting year. A lot of people, there was county council elections at the beginning of May, and a lot of people said to me, oh, you won't see Gordon and Margaret, they'll be busy, you know, and the thing is, week in, week out, they still made the time, and, you know, and they were there as much as they've ever been, and I'd have been lost without them, so thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Snape. Any other comments? No? Well, it's your turn, Gordon. If you'd like to say a few words.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Yeah, I think I'm going to bring my walking poles for for Buckingham Palace. No, it's been a lovely year. We've very much enjoyed it. All the different events. Probably one of our favourites would be the tour of Lancaster Castle as guests of the High Sheriff, who was Helen Bingley at that time. And with the tour of the Police Museum, a tour of the castle, tour of the courtrooms, and then high tea in the university afterwards. So if you get an invite from the High Sheriff to Lancaster Castle, Mr. Mayor, that's one not to miss. But number of events, but really all that's left for me to do is wish yourself, Mr. Mayor, and your Mayoress Jane, happy and joyful mayoral year, and quite right, there's nothing in the Mother of the Bride. St. Catherine's for you, Alan, I'm afraid. No, I can't see in one of those flowing dresses, I'm sorry. But no, also to wish the Deputy Mayor, Deborah, and her consort, Alan Platt, a happy year, as the deputies to Alistair and Jane. And just thank you very much to everybody. Thank you to everybody that's been involved in charities, everybody who's helped my mayoral year, and it's a privilege. You know, a scout group asked me, do you think you're important? I said, no, but I'm privileged. Thank you.
Thank you. We now move to the business section of the agenda, and so this is the opportunity for any guests to retire to Committee Room 1, where they can start the light refreshments, should they wish. But, Thank you. So we'll now continue with the meeting, and I'll begin with my mayoral announcements. A great many of you I will be meeting at the Civic Dinner on Friday. We're going to take this opportunity to invite members to attend my Civic Sunday Parade and service taking place this Sunday, the 18th of May. And if you would like to attend, if you could please assemble in the Lancastrian from around 10:10. The procession will form up around 10:25 and leave the town hall around 10:40. I say around because it's always around. And we will there will be a procession through the town before arriving at St. Lawrence's Church for the service at 11 o'clock. And tea and coffee will then be served in the town hall after the service. Thank you. Move to agenda item 9, Executive Cabinet appointments for 2025-26, pages 11 to 14 on your agenda. This item is for noting and decision. Councillor Bradley, would you like to present this item?
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Can I propose that the Executive Cabinet appointments detailed on pages 11 to 14 of the Council report on the to follow papers is accepted and proposed. Thank you.
Councillor Wilson, would you like to second?
Seconded, Mr Mayor.
Thank you. Please can we move to the vote? The recommendations are to note the Executive Cabinet appointments and to approve the Deputy Portfolio Holder, Member Responsible and Council Champion appointments. All those for? Thank you. Anyone against? Any abstentions? Thank you. Item 10, appointments to committees, panels and working groups for 2025-26, pages 15 to 26 on your agenda. Again, this item is for decision. Councillor Bradley, can you present this item?
Thank you, Mr Mayor. And can I propose that those appointments to committees, panels and working groups for 2025-26 are taken as detailed on pages 15 to 26 of the agenda? And I would highlight, Mr Mayor, that we have a later item about the constitution of the council, which would reduce the number of people on planning committee from 13 to 11, and that will be dealt with if we put the constitution through later in the meeting. So at the moment it's under the old rules, not the new rules. Thank you, Mr Mayor.
Understood. Councillor Wilson, would you like to second?
Seconded, Mr Mayor.
Thank you. Please can we move to the vote? The recommendations are at paragraphs 2 to 4. I won't read them all out. I'm sure you can all read them. So, all those for? Thank you. Anyone against? Any abstentions? Thank you. Item 11, appointments to outside bodies for 25-26, pages 27 to 30 in your follow-up pack. And again, this item is for decision. Councillor Bradley.
Thank you again, Mr Mayor. Can I propose that the appointments to outside bodies detailed on pages 27 to 30 in the follow-up pack are approved? And I'd just point out for all members who are currently on any of those outside bodies that if they believe that those bodies aren't meeting or aren't properly constituted, that they highlight it to Democratic Services so we can find out if actually they are operational still. A number have been found this year, as usual, not to have discontinued, etc. So please let us know if you don't think those groups are meeting or operating. Thank you, Mr Mayor.
Thank you. Councillor Wilson.
Seconded, Mr Mayor.
Thank you. Please can we move to the vote? All those, the recommendation is to approve the appointments of members of the council to outside bodies for 25-26. All those for? Thank you. Anyone against? Abstentions? Thank you. Moving right along. Item 12. Council meetings for 25-26. Again, this item is for noting. Councillor Bradley, could you present the item?
Thank you, Mr Mayor. And the dates for the meetings for this municipal year are detailed on the agenda heading paper all the way through from the next meeting on the 15th of July to next year on the 19th of May 2026. It will be here before you know it, Mr Mayor. Make the most of your year.
I look forward to it. Councillor Wilson.
Yep, seconded, Mr Mayor.
Thank you. Those dates are for noting, and I'm noting them very well. I've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to go. Thank you. Item 13, Constitution Review, pages 33 to 326 in your follow-up pack. I'm sure you've read every word. This item is definitely for decision. Councillor Wilson, can you present this item?
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Absolutely. I'm sure that everyone has read the whole thing, read it, understood it, and happy to ask questions on it. Very simply, Mr Mayor, we discussed it in the past. We discussed about updating the council's constitution to reflect the council business, but also the council functions and the conduct of council as well as councillors. So the constitution is there. I don't intend to sort of go through 300 pages plus for obvious reasons. Everyone's had plenty of time. But like everything, Mr Mayor, it is worth emphasising that this is always up for review. So if, again, it needs to be changed or added to or we need to amend, we will do so. It doesn't mean it's set in stone and doesn't change again. It is a live document and will continue to change to reflect council business or how we operate and how we conduct ourselves as an organisation. So on that basis, Mr Mayor, happy to recommend the report.
Thank you. Councillor Bradley, could you second?
More than happy to do that, Mr. Mayor, and I appreciate this constitution has come through a number of groups. I'm sure governance have looked at it, myself and Councillor Wilson have looked at it, and various other groups have looked at it, and I think it's very much an amalgam of all the stuff that we've done previously, brought it to a more modern approach and a more modern framework, and I think some of the particular stuff around conduct and behaviours are to be welcomed, Mr. Mayor, and have been something that many members have raised in the past has been a bit not joined up entirely, so happy to second that, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, I know for a fact that our new executive member for planning, Councillor Hilton, did read it all because he told me so. And can I congratulate him for his moving to the front bench? You'll enjoy every minute. Right, can we move to the... Oh, sorry, I beg your pardon. Councillor Clark.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd just like to endorse everything that Councillors Bradley and Wilson said. It's been a lot of hard work. It's actually 285 pages, so obviously, being a male, one tends to exaggerate a little bit. But above all, first I'd like to thank the officers for putting that enormous document together. And also, thank you to the members of my working group from the Governance Committee for going through it. I'll not say line by line, but in a lot of detail so that we finished up with the final document. I think the only contentious thing I can remember was there was a bit of a query on the reduction, on the delegation of planning numbers of properties in planning applications which were being delegated, and with all these PIPs coming in, we're a little bit concerned at that, but we were assured that they can be called in at any time, so we can rest assured we're in good hands. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Clark. Please can we move to the vote? The recommendations are as at paragraphs 1 and 2. All those for? Thank you. Anyone against? Abstentions? Thank you. That brings us to the final item. Any urgent business previously agreed by the Mayor? I have no urgent items. And just before I close the meeting formally, can I invite you all to join me shortly after I've closed the meeting to Committee Room 1 to enjoy some refreshments, and I'm sure on a warm evening like this we'll enjoy it even more. So I now declare the meeting closed, and I thank you for your attendance.